Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Wohl here alongside Cole Johnson. And Cole, we just witnessed the first win for the Arizona Wildcats in 763 days. Then that last win came on October 5th, 2019. This also marks the first victory of the Jedd Fisch era. I mean, what did you think of it all? Arizona won 10-3.
I mean, I thought it was amazing. What a game. The defense played amazing. I mean, the fans loved it. They rushed the field. It was just a complete team effort. I mean, Plummer used his legs well. Everything just came together finally.
Yeah, it did seem. I feel like they played, more in the second half. Last quarter, they played great. But I mean, I don't want to say this was a great overall performance because, I mean, both teams really just were horrible through about 2.5 quarters. So, yeah, it didn't take a full 60 minutes of football, as Jedd Fisch has mentioned in the past. But, I mean, a hurt Cal team, they lost multiple starters, including their kicker and quarterback. So, it allowed Arizona to slip through. I mean, like, what do you think this can take this program maybe the next step or maybe just energize them a little bit?
Oh, definitely. I mean, they had to break the streak. Like, that's huge, breaking the streak. Like the players were saying after the game, a win is a win. And that's going to be huge for their confidence. That's huge moving on. Even though Cal had a bunch of players missing, that shouldn't take it away from the win. It really shouldn't. I think that Plummer, battled, did well. He had a great help from his receivers and guys running the ball. Just a lot of, it just came together finally.
Yeah, it was really great to see, Jamari Joyner, Stanley Berryhill, Jalen Harris, some of the veteran players that have been here, through the entire thing, through, the whole full 20-game losing streak that came to an end right behind us here at Arizona Stadium. And yeah, I think it was a great, it was a great booster for the spirit of this locker room. And I think they needed that. I'm not sure that it really affects anything in the long run because I still don't believe this was a great win. I think it was a great finish, but I don't think it was a great full game, I'll put it as, But, yeah, I mean, if they were going to get a victory this year, this was their best chance. Mm-hmm. As we know, they have Utah, a tough Utah team, coming up next week here in Tucson, which is going to be a hard game. And then they got Washington State and then Arizona State in Tempe to close out the year. But, yeah, anything else that stood out to you on this game today?
Well, I mean, the defense was amazing, and I think if we can get another win, that'd be great. Because I personally didn't see us getting another win this season, and now, the team has the confidence from this win. I think we can get another win.
Well, that's pretty that's a bold statement there, as it is tough for this team to get a win. But, yeah, I think it still was really tough because the quarterback play was still, down the stretch it was good, but throughout the first 3 quarters it was pretty poor. Will Plummer threw actually 2 interceptions. He threw one at the beginning of the game. Then at the end of the game, he threw about a 50 to 60-yard pass. And
Fisch was saying that was like a punt.
I actually don't. I don't like that type of attitude where you're saying it's just a punt, because when a quarterback throws an interception, that's not like through Will Plummer's head, he was still like, damn, man, I really wanted to complete that pass.
Yeah.
You're not throwing a ball just to basically punt it. That's not how really football works.
Yeah.
So I don't really like that whole mentality, because that's just like a loser mindset, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fisch was saying either he was hoping for pass interference or a punt.
Yeah, I mean. That statement that's not a good statement.
It's a little
pretty
sad.
much. I mean, like when you call a play, the number one thing should be you want to complete the play, either a pass, a rush, whatever it is. To say that was just weird as all by itself. But then Will Plummer got hurt he got hurt, I believe, in the second quarter for the first time. Luke Ashworth came in. He threw a pick.
Yep, first pass he threw a pick.
Yeah, that was a bad one, too. Yeah. Joyner helped out a little bit. Will Plummer said after the game that he said he didn't even know exactly, but he went in and out of the locker room 3 to 4 times. I believe he might have got stitches.
He got stitches on his
during
hand.
The game.
His hand was bleeding pretty bad, I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a bandage wrapped around his hand. So, yeah, Will Plummer, only great things to say about him. I mean, the turnovers were bad, but I mean, he showed that he's
Resilient.
a warrior. Yeah, he's resilient, and he can fight through the troubles and the pain, and really, prove that he should be the starter of this team. Because a lot of the conversation through the first 4 to 5 weeks were who's the starter when you had the three guys. You had Jordan McLeod, Gunnar Cruz, and Will Plummer.
Yeah.
But I mean, I really think I said it a few weeks ago, even when before Cruz got injured. I think Plummer does have that toughness, that edge, that grit that I don't think the other two guys have. It takes a certain kind of player when they're having stitches mid-game to say, he said after the game, he said, I didn't even think about, not taking another snap, which is, it's great to see from your leader.
No, yeah, he's fearless. I mean, what we were talking about in the booth is how, it seems like he's a little reckless when he runs. But, I mean, I don't know. I like his runs. I mean, he gets a lot of yards when he runs. He's not afraid to get hit. I think, he's a tough guy, really tough guy.
Yeah, I mean, if he keeps up this, all the players seem like they love him. Stanley Berryhill said he loves his leadership, his toughness. I mean, people want to say Noah Fatita, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, incoming 3-star quarterback for next year. Everyone wants to say, oh, he's the quarterback, he's the next guy. But, I mean, if Will Plummer keeps this up and brings this team back and has them at a higher spirit level, I mean, who's to say that Will Plummer might not be the quarterback for the next few years?
I wouldn't be upset with that at all.
It's only his second year.
Yeah, and we got to think about Gunnar Cruz, too, because he's got 3 more years, right? Something like that.
Yeah, all the guys have many years of football.
Yeah.
But, Cole, before we go today, I want to move on and talk about next week's game. It's at 12 o'clock, same time, day game, against the Utah Utes, who have played great football as of late. How do you see that one playing out? I predict that it's going to be – I think Arizona's going to be at least a 14-point underdog.
Yeah, probably. I mean, U of A, we hang with good teams for the first half. We can't take our foot off the pedal. We really can't take our foot off the pedal. We got to, step on their we can't slow down. And it seems like every time in the second half we slow down, and that's where they take the lead, increase the gap. It's usually pretty close in the first half when we're playing good teams. Yeah,
I don't think they're not going to be able to play basically, because in this game here today, I think they played overall 1.5 quarters of good football. The defense was great here today. I thought it was excellent, probably their best performance. So many 3-and-outs, both side 3-and-outs, for most of the game. But
especially Cal, though.
Yeah, you got to give credit to Don Brown with his defensive performance. But getting back to Utah real quick. I think they're going to struggle. And if I actually think it could be ugly. I mean, I know this was a great performance, but I mean, if their offense comes out like that and can't, get a first down throughout basically the whole first quarter or so, I mean, there's nothing. It's going to be tough.
It could be ugly, but I don't know if you remember my freshman year, was 4 years ago, we beat Utah when they were number 7 in the nation.
Yeah,
that was big. So I mean, if we can, go in with that mindset, just that we come off a big win, we go in with that mindset, I think there's a chance. I mean, why not?
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see. But everyone, follow us on Twitter at Wildcat Sports. Give our Daily Wildcat Football podcast a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We'll have a new episode in the next week or so. And stay tuned for all of our coverage. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.